lot of things are going on even for rural areas. Even the post offices are getting connected very well. So I'm sure this is going to meet. And then till that time, we have to find out ways and means to do the business in those areas as well. So this is about mobility. In case you have any other query on, thank you.
Any other questions? Raise your hand. Yeah.
You've got something on that side? So I'll take that question first and then I'll come to you, sir.
So I think I have time for only last two questions, if I'm right.
Yeah, last two questions.
Hi, my name is Harish Chandra. I'm from Server Hotels. In hotel industry, we adopt technology to last. Once the technology is matured in BFSI, healthcare, other verticals, the challenge that we face is that we have very limited budget, and everyone comes and gives a pitch of big data, data mining, business intelligence. But all these vendors are very good actually for some other vertical. No one has any proven case study for hotel industry. I don't know from where to start. We have a lot of unstructured data, JPGs, PPTs, Excel sheets, Word documents, different segregated babies of softwares. There's no one software that hotel industry uses. I don't know from where to start and who is the right partner.
So maybe I can ask him to answer this question.
So I have not planted this question. Sorry. Yes, we have, it's not about Wipro. I think a lot of system integrators plays a very important role in this new era, where they are trying to get the best of the solutions, making it a kind of a package and giving it to industries. From a Wipro standpoint, we have verticalized solutions, and hospitality industries is part of one of our verticals, and we have a solution which can address the queries that you have. So, but it's confusing. It's not that it's very easy. It's confusing, and I agree with you. It's confusing. At certain times it's very confusing, and we have fights within two domain teams. Within our company also, in terms of which is the best solution for the customer. And then we do a very nice way of doing a due diligence in terms of POC, etc. And we have a set process through which we see what is the impact of this solution to the customer, and what kind of return of investment he's going to get out of it. And certain times, most of the times, we have been able to give whatever we have committed to our customers. So primarily, this kind of in this kind of a scenario, I think a system integrator plays a very important role in trying to solutionize and package, giving a package solution to you. I hope I have answered your question. And at a cost-effective.
So if there's a detailed POC, probably you can meet offline.
Thanks.
Okay, one last question here.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Dheer. I am from e-commerce company yepme.com. My question is on the adaptation of cloud. I see in panel there was a difference of opinion that certain people were saying it may take 5 to 6 years for big companies to adapt to the cloud, and smaller have choice to this. Don't you think that there is no choice for anybody? Adaptation of cloud is must, because hanging on to new technologies without investing more is no option even for bigger companies. By putting a big money, and 6 months down the line, it is possible that neither the service nor the hardware is meeting your challenges because something new has come in the market.
Well, I think big companies, the companies I was referring to, are all big banks. And they spend in the tune of $1 billion a year for running the bank only, leave aside changing the bank. So they have deep pockets. And whether they are on cloud, yes, they are all on cloud. But it's private cloud. They are not there on public cloud yet. The only segment they have opened as of now, and the reason I know it very, very closely is because I work with them day in, day out. The only segment they have opened on public cloud is for their DR and backup. Rest, they are willing to spend, and they are willing to spend a lot more, and they are actually not looking at even changing their systems. So will they be changing the systems? Possibly, yes. Soon, what is that soon is yet to be decided. Like US, all the core banking system that they are running is 30 years old. Yes, they definitely need to change the system. When is the question mark?
So just to add on this, first of all, there will be difference of opinion. We all are different people, different thinking, different brain experience, everything all together. So, there are options. We all know that in cloud, we have got now hybrid cloud also. We have got public, private, everything. So it is you who is going to decide, along with the business, what are your priorities? What are your security concerns? Are you able to address them? So today, even if you have invested in your hardware or your infrastructure, how long this is going to sustain? What is the life cycle of that? And when you arrive at a conclusion that yes, we are ready, then up to what extent? What is that you wanted to move out? And how you wanted to move out? So the possibilities with hybrid cloud is like you are hosting currently here, and then you can move to the cloud, which will be readily available for the business. Tomorrow you decide, no, it's not working, you can call it back, because that flexibility is available as of today. So that choice is there with you. So that is what I wanted to say.
Yeah, and just wanted to add maybe a couple of lines on top of that. See, it's probably maybe true for every new business you see as of today, anywhere in the globe. You would see all of them probably maybe pushing for the cloud, and they'll say, okay, cloud is the way, probably maybe to keep the cost on the lower side. But as you rightly mentioned, especially with the financial services, because we also work with financial services, clients in the financial services industry, and that adds to almost 30 to 40% of our business. One, they run old systems. They are not ready to change because the change is actually a huge cost for them. And plus, the risks are too high. And they'll probably not move their systems globally. And some of these large banks, I'm talking about large investment banks, not the retail banks, they'll take probably ages if they start changing that system from private to public. And plus, the risk is actually very, very high. The single leakage can actually turn the overall penalty into billions of dollars. But for example, for you, I think from Yepme.com, when all these e-commerce platforms, at least as far as I know, I think none of these big players, even in India, outside India, they have their own data centers. Yeah, and as you said, I think there are some industries which are successfully adopting it, and there are some industries where you'll have some regulations, or you'll have maybe the cost of change, which will be too high.
So I'm really sorry. I'm sorry, sir. We are running out of time.
Just one small question, about cloud computing. I have been at this conference, and there are several others which I have gone. My simple question is, we are emphasizing on cloud, saying that it is going to keep pace with the technology changes, number one. Number two, for a corporate, it is going to be converting the CapEx expenditure to OpEx, right? Most of the SME segment, which I say up to 300 crores to 500 crores turnover, they invest on IT as a capital asset and claim depreciation and amortization benefits. That benefit is absent on the cloud computing model. And secondly, the operating expenses are going to go up for such companies. They generally get a loan to buy their capital assets, including IT, which is not feasible in the cloud computing delivery model of the IT utilities. How does the IT fraternity think of addressing this question? If this is too vast for an answer, I will leave my email ID, and I'll be happy to receive your response by mail.
No, I will ask the panelists also to probably give you a short and crisp answer, so that, we are in schedule for everything. Yeah.
With due respect to your constraint, I thought I'll give a solution.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Well, there is always a requirement. There is always a conflict between development community and IT, that IT does not provide enough infrastructure. And I guess all here and all the CIOs sitting out there can vouch for it. That IT puts in constraints, and cloud actually removes that constraint, which is where it's helping in a big way for all the development community. CapEx, yes, I understand, but that is secondary. First thing is the productivity. When you want large compute power to do, say you want to do performance testing, can you buy that kind of systems in your data center? You can't. And cloud helps in a big way there, because you can ramp down. In your data center, you buy and that's it, you are stuck. And 3 years down the line, those systems are obsolete, not fit for performance testing at all. Exactly, right. So it actually helps in a big way over there. And that's where business actually wants IT to move towards cloud.
I'll just add maybe 2 cents. See, I've done all these calculations between CapEx and OpEx. And I think it's about looking at the right opportunity. At times what happens, you invest in maybe, let's say, you invest CapEx in building something inside your data center, and maybe before you amortize all the benefits, before you fully depreciate that hardware, you start thinking about a change. That's where probably maybe you'll have a problem. Your CFO will come and say, why do you want to invest again? You have already invested and have not seen the return on that investment yet. That's where the problem. If you wait for the right opportunity where you are making fresh investments, or probably maybe you're sitting on a refresh cycle, then you can do all this calculation right from the money you are going to, maybe let's say take on the loan, the interest rate, the amount of value you're going to invest, the cash outflow, the year after year, or maybe monthly payments. You can actually do all those calculations depending on the services you want to consume from the cloud. I've done that in several cases, and believe me, in some of the cases it was no-brainer, was straight away approved by CFO office because they could see the benefit. So it's up to you when you actually take that decision. And doing that, especially for the companies who are probably sitting on maybe legacy hardware, is the refresh cycle. Whenever it comes, that's the best point where you can start thinking about some of the changes.
So I'm sure, this is an interesting article for our story also. We probably can do a story on this taking from input, but a wonderful question. And thanks for the wonderful inputs. I'd like to thank all the, since this is such a broad topic, I'm sure 1 hour does not do proper justice to the insights and the experience of these people. But nevertheless, I'd like to thank all the panelists for a wonderful, insightful session. And I'm sure many of you have smiles on the face. So I'm sure the panelists have entertained you. So on that note,
thank you.
First one small clap would help everyone. Thank you.
Next time around, we'll call for a bigger clap. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we would request Mr. Srikanth to do the honors of handing over tokens to our panelists. Please get your hands together for Mr. Indranil from Wipro.
One small correction, it's Indrajit.
Indrajit.
Okay, so it's Indrajit. I think we have all been calling him Indranil. So it's Indrajit. So everyone knows him now as Indrajit. Okay?
Indrajit. Okay, Indrajit from Wipro. Mr. G.S. Ravikumar from Gati. Mr. Sachin Jain from EvalueServe. Mr. Basant Kumar from Perfetti Van Mel. Mr. Shashi Mohan from Polaris Financial Technology. And Mr. Said Pirzadeh from Reliance Big Entertainment and Reliance Entertainment Digital. Once again, let's hear a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for the panelists. It was a very interesting session. Mr. Srikanth, thank you very much for joining us on stage. And now we are going to break into the CIO roundtables. So what we're going to do is we've got 2 rooms where we are going to have the discussions. One room where if you have a look at your registration card, you have a blue dot, or you have a fluorescent green dot, or you have no dot at all. Yeah. So now the blue dots will be going to the Jade Hall, where we have the discussion, open roads to a better connected world, build a new digital infrastructure. The fluorescent green hall will go to the boardroom. The boardroom has a discussion, intersection of software portfolio management and digitization for an enterprise. Now, those of you who have registered, you can go ahead. Those who have not registered, you are still welcome to join in. Yeah, so the Jade room is when you exit from here, you take a right, and just after the registration tables, there's a left to go down. Somebody will direct you. The boardroom is right behind the hall over here. So as soon as you exit, there's a passage just behind this. You go to the boardroom. Those of you who are not attending any sessions, we are having something very interesting happening here. Right? So I won't make it so exciting because otherwise the others will not go. So those of you joining for the CIO roundtable, please proceed.